Do you have favorite LinkedIn recruiter features? I know I do. Check out the ones I love the most in this video now. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. If you haven't yet seen this channel before, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So let's get to it. So this is going to be an amazing video hosted by my wonderful success partner in crime, Emily Stellick. She is going to do a screen share about our most favorite LinkedIn Recruiter features. Now these are newer features. LinkedIn Recruiter is constantly changing. LinkedIn itself is constantly changing, and we also need to stay up to beat on top of things. So go ahead and check out this video and have fun with Emily.
Hey everybody! Today I'm going to go over a few of the new LinkedIn features that we've been really liking. We got the new LinkedIn, they did a big update a few months ago, and since then they've even added a few new features. So I just wanted to go over a few of our favorites and things that we've been noticing in the last few weeks. If you have LinkedIn Recruiter, which I hope you do, it's where we get most of our candidates, you will have probably noticed things changing as well. So if you have anything else that you want to add, comment below and we'll talk about it in a later video. So first I'm going to go to my recruiter dashboard. One of the new features we've noticed is they've actually improved this search bar in here. So we can talk about that a little later, but I'll go to searching for candidates in here. And if you click on job title, I like to type in just software engineer. You'll notice that we've got the stacks here. You can go in, and this saves a lot of work from having to type in the different levels of engineers. So I've already got senior in there, principal, lead. It selects all of them for us. In this case, I need someone with about 5+ years of experience. So I'm going to take out junior. I'm going to take out intern. I can't use a contractor for the role that I'm working on now since it's full-time. And then all of these other ones look pretty good. I can't use a tester in this case, but all of these are different senior titles that we can apply to this role. So that's great. I can hit apply there and it already eliminates a few people from my search. And then the best new feature, in my opinion, is that I'm able to take out someone's master's degree, which I know sounds crazy. Why would you want to eliminate someone who got that higher level of education? But in our case, a lot of our clients will ask us for engineers that are out of top computer science schools that have their bachelor's from that top school. So previously on LinkedIn, if I wanted to do a search for someone out of Berkeley, for instance, it would bring up anyone who went to any university anywhere to get their bachelor's, and then it would show me people that got their master's at Berkeley. Obviously smart people, just not what we're looking for in this case. So now I can go in and I can type in, let's first do the school. So University of California, Berkeley, one of the top ones, great. And I want the degree to be not a master's from there. So I'll select master's and then put our little X through it there. So now I'll go in because I want someone that has a computer science degree. And there we go. We've got all of these people that have their bachelor's degree. Also, just to be double sure, we'll put in bachelor's degree without the master's degree from Berkeley. And it brought down my search by 2,000 people. So that's a really, really helpful tip because there are a lot of times when we have companies that give us a list of the top 6 computer science degrees, and we're going to have to go through every single profile and make sure it's not just the master's being from there. So that one has saved a ton of time. So let's go in and look at someone here. So it looks like Alex has his degree. He still got caught up in our search, even though he looks like he doesn't have the 5 years of experience. So that's all right. We'll still bring him up just for an example. And so we can see here, he's got his computer science degree. It's a bachelor's. It's from Berkeley. Perfect. Exactly the education that we were looking for. And now this also brings me to a new feature that is a really small one, but I still think saves a ton of time, is the envelope right here. We can just click on that and send a message directly, which I don't know if you noticed before, you had to click on the 3 dots and then send a message. And I know that sounds crazy that it's just one more click, but when you're doing it 100 times a day, it saves a lot of time to just do this one step here. So that's a great one as well. So another cool feature that LinkedIn added is right here, search on Bing. So this brings up, I'm on Alex's profile. If I click on search on Bing, it's going to bring up a whole new page of a search in Bing for him. And it shows us, of course, what we already know from LinkedIn, his education, where he's working. In this case, it brings up his Instagram, maybe a few pictures. Sometimes it'll bring up a GitHub and other profiles where you might be able to find their email address. You might be able to find other profiles that a candidate has made. So we're still learning if that's going to be really beneficial or not, but it is a really new thing that I think is pretty cool they implemented. We'll see if there are more features added to it, but for now it's great. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my search and find someone who's a better fit in terms of seniority. So I can scroll on here, otherwise I could go through each profile if I wanted to. I prefer going this way just because I can see really quickly if someone has the years of experience or not, and then from there I'll open up the profile. So if I click on Mark, looks like a great front-end engineer. He's also open to opportunities. I'm sure you all know how to read this section by now. It's super, super helpful. It tells us exactly the location someone's looking for, the roles they're looking for. And now in this case, they are very senior, so they look great. I would message Mark, obviously just clicking on my little envelope here. And then if I determine I really, really like his profile, I'm going to copy and paste his name and go back to my search bar. LinkedIn has finally added this back in where I can search from an ideal candidate. So I'll just put Mark's name in here, and then you want to select the correct one. Select him, and they're going to create a search completely based off of Mark's profile because I've deemed it as ideal, someone that I'd really like for this role that I'm working on, and now they've made this giant search for me. So you can go in here and fine tune it and make it exactly what you're looking for, but it's very cool that they'll just take that profile and create a search completely for you. Of course, you'd want to narrow it down a little, but it's a really cool feature. Okay, so another really great feature is setting reminders on LinkedIn and being able to control them all from one area. So before the reminders were a little finicky, so you could add a note onto somebody and set a reminder. It didn't always alert you on time, or you'd set it for a day and you'd get an email at the end of the day that says, did you follow up with this person? But by then your day has kind of gotten past you. So if you go to your dashboard on LinkedIn and go all the way to the left side where it says tasks, there's a really nice menu there where it keeps track of everything for you. So not only can you keep track of the tasks that are past due that you've already set a reminder for, but it'll tell you the upcoming tasks as well. So if you have a day where you want to get ahead of a little bit of work, or you want to see what are we in April, of what your May tasks are going to look like, you can have it all organized there super nicely. There's also an option to give feedback on a profile, which is really cool if you're working and collaborating with a hiring manager. In this case, I don't have that set up with any of my hiring managers right now, but if you're maybe internally or working on a project together, you could put a lot of profiles in a project and then request feedback from them. So they can say, yes, this person's a fit, no, this person's not. So that's a really, really cool collaborative feature that's on there. Okay, so the feedback option is great. Under that are your reminders. So click on those and you can see either your upcoming or your due. The ones that I have due obviously are pretty old, they're already done. My upcoming tasks, this is a reminder that was set on their profile, and let's click on it. I can show you when I did it. Okay, so you can see I messaged them a couple days ago. I just put the note in and they got back and said, these all sound like great companies, but I'm not looking for a change until at least August of 2020. So great, it's April. I'm gonna set a reminder for July because I know that anyone who says they're gonna be looking in August is likely gonna start at least a few weeks before then. So I set a reminder for July, and just you can go on someone's profile, go all the way down on your notes section and click on reminders. So I would set my reminder in here to follow up with them. You can set the date and time and it'll go all into your upcoming reminders and will all be organized on your homepage, which is super convenient. And now I won't forget to reach back out before they start their search again. And I also want to show you another feature as far as finding ideal candidates is I obviously think their profile is great because I reached out to them. I can do my other search right in here. So if I click on the three dots here, I can find more people like, and it's going to start that search all through there again. So you don't have to do as many steps as before, and it's going to build a search just based on their ideal profile. And again, 2.1 million results. It's a lot, so I'm still going to narrow it down, but most of the keywords and the skill set and everything that I want in there is going to be saved, so that's really nice. So the last thing I'm going to show you is how the reports have changed and a little bit on how we like to view them. So click on reports. We like to keep track of our in-mail usage and what's happening as far as our percentage rate of people getting back. At Techies, we keep track of it in a custom way. So I would do, if I'm looking for last week's information or the week before, I would do Monday through the following Sunday. So that way I get that full week of information, which is super nice. And then everything is organized over here and tells you the breakdown of day by day, what happened, how many messages were sent out, the response rate. Now this is for the team, this is an admin view, but if you did it just individually for yourself, it'll show up everything just for you in here. So if this were your individual stats, you could look and say, okay, the 13th, I sent out 400 messages with an 11% response rate. Maybe I want to look in and see what did I send on Monday because I want to send something better if I only got 11% of people getting back to me. Head over to the 17th, we sent out about the same, 400 in-mails, but the response rate was 27%. So we'll look into what was I pitching and who was I reaching out to on that day, because that was obviously a really good search. And it's really great to use this data to reach out for that following week and set your intentions of what you'll be working on so that you can get the highest response rate and the most candidates from that. So that's really nice. It lets you rearrange the dates. You can go back. LinkedIn does say, though, that the stats aren't accurate until 2 days later. So if you wanted to check your stats for the 13th, on the 13th, I would wait until the 15th to look back on the 13th, if that makes sense. It takes 48 hours for everything to reset and for all the information to catch up. So super helpful feature to know if you're on the right track and to know what your pipeline is looking like for candidates, everything like that. It's really nice. So those are all of our cool new features that we've been seeing. Like I said, if you've seen anything else, definitely comment below. We'd love to check them out. And good luck with your searches this week.
All right, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I would love to know exactly what your favorite features are, and did I miss any? Did Emily miss any? All right, see you every Thursday at noon, and don't forget that money is just a vessel that lets you do all the amazing things you want to do, so go do them.